Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host, and I have the famous Teri Arnold with me. Absolutely amazing. Reoccurring guest. And you were on, what, 2 years ago or something?
Yes, 2 years ago.
And she's still around. She looks younger than she did then. I don't know what she does, but whatever she does, I'm going to copy it. Pretty cool hair. You know, when we sort of get older, we don't really want to look young, but we want to look good, right? Because we've got all that knowledge.
Growing old gracefully.
Yeah, growing... Well, I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but yes, you're right. Good to see you, Teri.
Very nice to see you.
And Teri brings me many guests, too. I believe you. Did you bring me? You've brought me a lot of great guests.
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have. And she's been a wonderful friend. And we've
Sir
known
Alfred. Sir Alfred.
Yes, Sir Alfred. Oh, Sir Alfred. He was a kick. Oh, my goodness. I asked him, why was he a Sir? Because Sir's in England.
Right.
You know, and he said he was from Spain, if I remember rightly. He got Sir'd. He got... I don't know if that's the correct way to say it. We got Sir'd in Spain. What do I know? Anyway, how are you?
I'm terrific.
Good,
Thank you.
good. And I understand that you're going back into the business again. And because, you know, I don't pre-interview, so I really don't know too much. But I understand you're going back into having your own show again.
It's coming back, yes.
It's coming back. Well, I don't even know her old show. So what was your other show?
Terry Arnold Show.
Oh, you caught it by your name.
It's still there.
It's still there.
If you go in there, you'll see her. 2 years ago.
There you go. Same thing. So why are you bringing it back? Are you getting sort of, you want to get out there again? You want to,
Well,
what do you want to do?
It's going to be a while right now. Because
Okay.
right now, I work with two great men. I work with...
You could take that in several different ways in Vegas. So let's find out what exactly that she means.
I'm in the ministry, and I work with David Heavener.
Oh, fabulous.
And I'm the executive producer with him.
Yes.
And I call them like my bookends. And then I have Dale Davidson here in Las Vegas
Dale.
tonight. And I'm the producer with him.
Yeah, Dale Davidson. I believe I saw him down in North Las Vegas. I think I was down at one of his presentations in a home or something. He's got a very different way of understanding life and the world, hasn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's very different. It gives you another different sort of way to look at why are we here and what are we doing. Which I often get up some morning and say, why am I here and what am I doing? Let's get this whole thing straight. But he has a fabulous way. How did you get attached to him?
To Dale Davidson?
Yes.
It was actually, we had a luncheon every Wednesday, the media luncheon.
Okay.
And he asked me to volunteer to Paris. They had a thing where he said, can you help me out? And I said, sure. I helped him out.
Yeah.
He introduced me as his producer. And I said, well, it was fun being your producer. And he goes, what do you mean? You are my producer.
That was the end of
that.
that.
Was it.
That was it. And so what you put the whole thing together? Do you do bookings for him?
Yes, I do.
You do everything for him?
Yes, I do.
That I know.
I've had some fantastic
I know what,
guests.
Have you? I bet.
Yes.
So where do you
Roberta Lynn, the original gal, champagne lady off of Lawrence Welk.
Yes, yes. Oh, how fabulous.
Yes.
I'm going to get her on my show now.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. See, she says sure.
I have
absolutely.
connections.
She has wonderful connections, by the way. But isn't that...
It's been
kind
about
of
60 guests total between David and Dale.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of what Vegas is? This is the entertainment business of the world.
Right.
And this is where we should be publicizing, and we should get these entertainers out there. And
You're
when
right.
you have a talk show, that's what we're supposed to do, isn't it?
That's right.
So how's Vegas? You know, we had this shutdown, but it doesn't seem like you were shut down.
No, I wasn't.
You kind of continued.
I have been blessed because I sort of fell into my lap of what happened.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're so willing to help out and do something for somebody, you know, without any strings attached or without anything happening.
Well, I became a widow and suddenly...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh.
In 2016.
Really?
And I moved here because of my daughter.
Okay.
And I was in showbiz, modeling. I did the whole bit. Even a couple of my movies from years ago are still on Netflix. But, you know,
Of course, that.
the whole thing is now I am totally, what I want to do is just radiate the Holy Spirit wherever I go.
Isn't that amazing? Don't you find, my husband passed away in 2004.
Oh, I'm
so
so
both
sorry.
of us,
Yes.
we've got, I had the greatest man in the entire world, and every woman, well, not every woman says that, but most women do. It sounds like you had a great.
Oh, he was fantastic.
Yeah, my husband had two previous marriages, but obviously, and then we got together, and it was the most
My
perfect.
husband had 2 previous marriages.
Well, they say the third one is the charm. So I guess you and I got lucky. I think they gave up on women and everything else. They thought we're going to settle with this one, and But I had the greatest marriage any woman could have. Yes. And it sounds like you did too.
I did.
So now all that's over. It took a little time for me because 2 weeks later my father died, and then 2 months later my mother went into a home and she never spoke, and so that I had 3 people very close to me, obviously, all at one time. It was rather sad, but we get over it. But then we come to a time, which is obviously you have as well, that you kind of do what you want to do when you want, how you want.
Yes.
And are you utilizing that? Are you taking advantage of all that?
I am. I love what I do.
Yeah, so you wake up every morning loving where you're going and
definitely.
what you're doing.
I'm thankful I can breathe every morning. What's up next?
Yeah, what are we doing? What can we get up to next? And there's a lot of stuff you can get up to in Vegas.
And then my email, I get bios and pictures of people, for the show. They just send me stuff.
They send, well, that'll go. Lynn, who is my director.
Lynn
of talent,
is excellent.
She's fabulous. She
Yes,
takes
she
care
is.
of all that.
Yes.
She's absolutely an amazing
Beautiful woman.
Yeah, she is, inside and out.
Mm-hmm. Just like you.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Thank you. And just like you.
Oh, thank you.
we need that, us women. We've got a couple of books here.
Yes.
Give me a little bit of insight on what these are. They look like children's books. The Lamb's Tale.
Yes. This is actually written by Eric McConnell. He's also a dear friend of mine, and I just thought I would bring it. The reason I'm doing that is because just to show when we're talking about ministry, we don't forget about the children, and this is the best way to explain and the way the pictures are. So I just wanted to share a little bit, and if you go to Las Vegas tonight, you can see where I interviewed Eric, and I was very blessed. I had quite a few viewers for sitting in for Dale, and so that's what it is. So you can feel free to check that out.
And why do you support? A lot of people don't support the younger generation. I did a show for 16 years supporting the younger generation,
yes,
and did very well. And you are supporting them too. They need us now. Do you think they need us more now than ever? Right now they do.
I'm a mother of 3 daughters. I'm a grandma. 12 grandchildren.
Oh, wow, they've been busy.
And I'm a great-grandma of 7 grandchildren, or great-grandchildren.
Oh, my goodness. So you're never alone.
Right. Well, I lost my immediate family in 2007. My mother, brother, and sister within 6 months.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Wow. So you and I have had some tragedies and sort of got through it. I think.
So I'm the matriarch. So I'm
you are.
very strong with children. And I mean, I'm a woman of all trades. I was a self-employed nanny for years. So that's why I said I'm really got into caring for kids.
Absolutely amazing. I think your heart's in the right space. Talk about the spiritual attitude you're having right now. You're in the spirit. You're obviously, that is dominating your life, it sounds like, which is a pretty cool thing.
Oh, it is. And it's open to everybody. I mean, when you have the spirit in you, because God has got such a special gift for each and every one of you, a purpose.
How does he take care of all of us?
He does.
I think he's just mine, and I know he's not. But he's sure there.
I mean, truthfully, I wasn't going to be on our show today. There was going to be somebody else, and then all of a sudden something happened. I get a phone call, and here I am.
Yeah, which is, and this is God's way of doing things, if that's what you understand.
Right.
I believe that's how the Spirit works, that's how everything works. How do we get the word out there of people understanding what the Spirit is? Because I don't think people quite understand how you've got the Spirit, or how the Spirit.
The Holy Spirit?
Yeah, the Holy Spirit.
Well, you have Jesus in your heart.
Okay.
And if you haven't lived. I tell you.
Well, that's simple enough, isn't it? I mean, you don't have to go to church, and you don't have to really do anything. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to pray. You don't have to really do anything. You just have to understand there is a Jesus, and that he is out there to help you.
Right.
So,
and one of the things I'm excited about, I mean, I've met unbelievable people here. Todd Fisher, another great friend of mine. and him and his wife. And the reason I said that is because when things were happening with COVID, he was nice enough where we had the studio, and I sat in for Dale on that one.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm very excited to share because I actually ended up getting a director for my show when it comes out.
Oh, how wonderful. And who's that?
Rick Finner.
Rick Finner.
Yes.
Do I know him? I probably know him somewhere. He would probably come up and say, hello, Ninon, how are you? I say, "Who are you?"
He is fascinating. Worked with Donnie and Marie Osmond
Okay.
for umpteen years. And, okay, ladies, he managed the Chippendales for I don't know how long, too.
Well, that's okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. The spirit is in you. The spirit is in you.
But I'm telling you, he is just fantastic. You can look him up. He's just
So he's
many years.
He's going to be your director, so he's going to
Yes.
help you put it all together and get
Well, it happened when I sat in for Dale at Todd. There was a picture on them where he ran the machine. I was like, wow, I can't believe you did this. And then he goes, well, how would you like, to work? And he said, I'll be your director. And I went, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you kidding? With all that polish, I need some.
So I don't know if she needs any more energy. You've got lots of energy. You've got lots. And I think it's because you're creating things happening, but you don't talk about it. You actually do it.
Oh, yes.
And that's the difference. That is
yes.
a difference.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a big difference. What message would you like to give out there to the younger generation that have gone through this sort of, mask and epidemic and all this stuff? What would you like to tell them?
Well, myself, personally,
Yes.
I'm all natural. And I mean, as far as vitamins, I don't take aspirin. I don't take anything. I don't take shots. I don't take the vaccine. And that is my choice. Now, how far young do you want to go back?
Kids.
Because I can tell you there was a period in my life when I was here, I was going through with my grandson when he was in high school. Not one, not two, 5 kids under 18 committed suicide.
Okay, so I don't know why I asked this question for you, Terry, but
Sorry.
I got an answer that I probably wanted, and I want it out there because this is not noticed out there and it's not in the public eye. Most people don't know about it, and I don't know why it's hidden when we have all these other things coming up which have nothing to do with anybody. But this, under 18, committing suicide, I think has a lot to do with us.
Well,
because
that's sort of a hot button because I was a self-employed nanny. So I saw a lot as far as kids. And I'm going to tell you right now, parents need to spend time with their children, which I said on your show.
as well. So
And I never knew that this was going to happen with COVID, I swear. I had nothing to do with it because families stopped and they started caring for the kids. Everybody's getting closer.
yes, and
So
I
that's
love
one
that.
good
I
thing.
actually, funny you should say, because I've looked at the positive side of this virus, this COVID-19. And the positive side I've seen is that families have come
Yes.
together
Yes.
and understood and sort of had a little bit more patience counting 10, and because I know it can be aggravating and agonizing with being together, locked up all the time, but at the same time, it's teaching us to have patience, to sort of, and I always say to people, don't talk at your children, talk with your children.
And you know what? That is good because one of the things when you don't stand over your children.
No.
When you get down on your knees,
Become part of them.
and put your hand. Don't touch their cheeks, and just look at them.
Yeah.
And it works every time.
It works because you become the same height as they are.
Yes.
And when you're tall, you're kind of overpowering
scary.
them. And the kids are scared because they're, oh, Mummy won't listen, Daddy won't listen. Then you can see in their voice, they're scared. When you come down to their level, you're still the parent. But you're coming down to talk with them, not at them.
Well, I came from a dysfunctional family, from the worst you can think of. And that's why I knew how strong, I guess, I had a love for children.
It's funny because I did a child's teenage show, actually, Voices of Tomorrow, for 16 years and did very, very well at it. And there was a reason I did it because I also came from a family. We weren't dysfunctional, but I kind of was the one left out. I was the middle child. There's 5 of us, and I was the middle one. And they were antique dealers, and we had a fabulous life. But I was kind of not with it. I wasn't kind of included, so I would spend a lot of time with my brother. So that's why I did the Voices of Tomorrow, because I knew that anybody could succeed. Any child out there can succeed.
Yes.
Every single child out there has something.
Yes.
They all have something. They all have a little something within them. You just got to find it.
And parents, if you find yourself like, oh my gosh, I'm so mad, I'm just angry,
Don't
do me a
be.
favor, walk outside, take a deep breath, count to 10, and then walk back in. I tell you, it makes a big difference.
There you are. I got the message. I got everything I wanted. Terry, you're amazing. Terry, watch out for Terry Arnold Show, though. She said she's not going to do it just yet, but, you know, who knows? It's going to come right back up again. And also, don't forget, we've got the, what is this? The Stony Rocket, what was it called? The Stoners Rocking Country. I'll get it right. Stoners Rocking Country at Town Square. This is going to be on May 5th. Lots of entertainers. The Carpenters will be there. And it's from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. And guess what?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. That's right, on May 5th. But also I'm going to be on the red carpet. So you get to see me there. And I'll get to interview you and say whatever you want to say. So don't forget to check this out on the internet. And you'll find an... We'll see you there. Thanks for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. Take care.
God bless.
If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.